It's often said that when you find a feather, an angel is near. But what if I told you that feathers are more than just signs? They are not merely tokens of protection or love, but are deeply coded messages, guiding us toward a path we may not be fully aware of. Think about it. Have you ever found a feather in the most unexpected place? Maybe you were walking along a busy street, or perhaps you were deep in thought, reflecting on something important, and then there it was, a soft, delicate feather lying on the ground, catching your attention. What did you feel in that moment? Did you consider it a coincidence, or did something inside you stir, whispering that there was more to this than meets the eye? You see, when an angel sends you a feather, it's like receiving a sacred key. It's an invitation to open a door within yourself, one that leads to a deeper connection with the divine. But here's the thing, not everyone recognizes this invitation. Some walk by, unaware of the significance, while others, like you, pause and wonder. And that's where the journey begins, with curiosity. It's in that moment of wonder that you open yourself up to the guidance of angels. But why feathers? Why not another symbol? Feathers are light, they defy gravity. They represent the delicate balance between the physical and the spiritual, between the earth and the sky. When you find a feather, you're being reminded that there's more to this life than the material world. You're being asked to rise above, to let go of the weight of your worries, and to trust in the unseen forces that are guiding you. Now, here's the question you need to ask yourself. Are you ready to follow where this feather leads you? It's not just about picking it up and admiring its beauty. It's about listening to the message it carries. What were you thinking about when you found it? What emotions were you feeling? The answers to these questions are clues. They're the breadcrumbs that angels leave for us, guiding us toward our true path. But following the path of angels isn't always easy. It requires faith, not in the sense of believing in something blindly, but in trusting the signs you receive. It's about surrendering to the mystery, knowing that you don't have to have all the answers right now. You just need to take the next step, and the next after that, trusting that the angels are lighting the way. So, when you find a feather, don't just see it as something random. See it as a call to action, a reminder that you're not alone on this journey. Angels are walking with you, and they're leaving signs to help you navigate the twists and turns of life. The question is, will you follow their path? Once we recognize the feather as a sign, the next step is to follow where it leads. But how do we do that? How do we trust in something we cannot see, touch, or fully understand? This is where many of us falter. We live in a world that values logic and evidence, and yet the realm of angels operates on a different frequency. It's not about what you can prove, it's about what you can feel, what you know deep in your heart. When you choose to follow the path of feathers, you're stepping into the unknown. You're saying, I don't have all the answers, but I trust that I am being guided. And that's a powerful choice. But it's also a humbling one. It requires you to let go of control, to release the need to know exactly where you're going or how things will unfold. I'll think about the last time you were faced with a decision. Did you agonize over it, weighing the pros and cons, trying to predict every possible outcome? Or did you listen to that quiet voice inside, the one that gently nudged you in a certain direction? That voice, that inner knowing, is the voice of your angels. They speak to you not with words, but with feelings, with signs like feathers, with synchronicities that seem too perfect to be mere chance. But here's the challenge. Do you trust your inner guidance enough to follow it, even when it doesn't make sense? That's the essence of walking the path of feathers. It's about following the signs, even when you can't see the full picture. It's about trusting that you are being led towards something greater, something that your mind may not fully comprehend right now. And as you walk this path, you'll notice that the signs become more frequent. The more you trust, the more guidance you'll receive. It's as if the angels are saying, yes, you're on the right track. Keep going. But if you ignore the signs, If you dismiss them as coincidence or wishful thinking, they may become quieter, more subtle, until one day you may not notice them at all. So, the next time you find a feather, pause. Take a deep breath. Ask yourself, what is this moment trying to teach me? What is the message here? And then listen. The answer may not come right away, but it will come. The more you practice tuning into the guidance of angels, the clearer their messages will become. Remember, the path of feathers is not a straight line. It's full of twists and turns, ups and downs. But every step you take brings you closer to your true self, to the divine wisdom that resides within you. And isn't that what we're all seeking? To know ourselves more deeply, to live in alignment with our soul's purpose. So, I ask you, are you ready to trust in the unseen? Are you ready to follow the path, even when it feels uncertain? As we continue to follow the path of feathers, something remarkable begins to happen. We start to notice the subtle ways in which angels communicate with us. It's not just about finding feathers anymore. Suddenly, the world feels alive with meaning. Every moment, every encounter, every coincidence becomes infused with a deeper significance. It's as if the angels are whispering to us, guiding us with gentle nudges, urging us to pay attention to the signs all around us. But here's the thing, we can only hear these whispers if we're truly listening. And in today's world, that can be difficult. We're constantly bombarded with noise, from our phones, from the media, from the endless stream of thoughts running through our minds. How often do we take the time to be still, to quiet our minds, and to truly listen? This is where the practice of mindfulness comes in. When we're mindful, we're present. We're not lost in the past or worrying about the future. We're here, in this moment, fully aware of what's happening around us and within us. And it's in this space of presence that we can hear the whispers of angels. So, the next time you find a feather, don't just rush by. Stop. Hold it in your hand. Close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths and allow yourself to be fully present. Feel the texture of the feather, its lightness, its softness. And then ask yourself, what do I need to hear right now? What is the message that the angels are trying to convey? And then wait. You may not hear a voice, but you may feel a shift, a sense of knowing, a gentle nudge in a certain direction. That's how angels communicate. It's subtle, but it's powerful. The more you practice listening, the clearer their guidance will become. But here's the question you need to ask yourself. Are you willing to slow down and listen? Are you willing to make space in your life for the whispers of angels? By now, you've begun to understand that finding a feather is not just a random event. It's a call from the angels, a sign that you're being guided. But what happens next? What do you do once you've acknowledged the sign and listened to the message? This is where the real journey begins. Feathers, in a way, are like breadcrumbs, leading us along a path that may not always be clear at first. Yet, as you gather these feathers, as you pay attention to the signs and follow the guidance, a map begins to emerge. This map is not written in ink or drawn on paper. It's a map of your spiritual journey, an inner path that unfolds gradually, uniquely tailored to you. No one else can walk this path for you. It's yours and yours alone, a deeply personal adventure into the unknown. But here's the beautiful thing. Though the journey is uniquely yours, you are never truly alone. The angels are always with you, offering their guidance, their protection, and their love. The signs, like feathers, are their way of reminding you that they are walking beside you, even in the moments when you feel most lost or uncertain. The more you trust in this, the more you'll feel their presence. You'll begin to notice that the right people, the right opportunities, the right experiences come into your life at exactly the right time. It's as if the universe is conspiring to help you, bringing you closer to your true purpose with every step you take. But what does it mean to truly follow this map? It's not about having every detail figured out. It's about learning to trust the process, even when the path ahead seems unclear or unfamiliar. Following the map of feathers requires faith, not blind faith, but a deep inner trust that you are being guided towards something greater, even when you can't see the destination. It's about surrendering to the flow of life, allowing yourself to be led by forces beyond your control. But think about the last time you were faced with a decision or a challenge. Maybe you felt uncertain, unsure of which direction to take, but then, seemingly out of nowhere, a sign appeared. Perhaps it was a feather, perhaps it was a conversation with a stranger, a dream, or a synchronicity that seemed too perfect to ignore. In that moment, you felt a sense of clarity and knowing that you were being guided. That's what it feels like to follow the map of feathers. It's not always a straight line, but it is always leading you toward your highest good. Here's the thing, this journey requires courage. It's easy to follow the familiar path, to stick with what you know, but the map of feathers often leads us into unknown territory, asking us to step outside our comfort zones, to trust in the unseen, and that can be scary. There will be moments when you doubt yourself, moments when you feel lost or unsure, but it's in those moments of uncertainty that the angels are closest to you, whispering their guidance, offering their support. The key is to listen, to trust that even when things don't make sense, you are being led towards something beautiful. You may wonder, how do I know if I'm on the right path? The truth is, there is no wrong path. Every step you take, every decision you make is part of your journey. The angels are not here to judge you or tell you what to do. They are here to guide you, to help you navigate the twists and turns of life with grace and wisdom. And as you follow their signs, you'll begin to notice that the path becomes clearer. The signs will become more frequent, the guidance more direct, and the sense of connection more profound. But here's the final question. Are you willing to trust the map that's unfolding before you? Are you willing to follow the path, even when it takes you into unknown territory? This is the ultimate test of faith, to trust in the journey, even when you don't know where it's leading. It's about letting go of the need to control every outcome, and instead allowing yourself to be guided by something greater, something divine. The path of feathers is not always easy. It requires courage, faith, and a willingness to let go of control. But if you can do that, if you can surrender to the guidance of angels, you will find yourself on a journey that is far more beautiful, far more meaningful than anything you could have ever planned for yourself. You'll find that life becomes richer, more vibrant, filled with a sense of purpose and connection that goes beyond the material world. So, the next time you find a feather, don't just see it as a sign. See it as a guide, a map, a reminder that you are being led towards something greater. Trust in the angels. Follow their path, and watch as your life transforms in ways you never thought possible. The journey may be long, and the road may be winding, but with the angels by your side, you are always exactly where you need to be.